All right, it's the rundown. Wednesday, August 14th, presented by Pardon My Cheesesteak. Football is finally back. We got the preseason going on, and ordering Pardon My Cheesesteak for your game day meal or late night eats is the best play call you can make. Pardon My Cheesesteak brings you awesome cheesesteaks and loaded fries delivered right to your doorstep. Take your pick of our delicious cheesesteaks made with fresh, thinly sliced steak, melted provolone, mouth-watering cheese sauce, and caramelized onions on a toasted hoagie roll. We've got the classic cheesesteaks, chipotle cheesesteaks, chicken cheesesteaks, chipotle chicken cheesesteaks, buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, and chicken bacon ranch cheesesteaks. You can order the popular Big Cat combo. That's when you get a cheesesteak of your choice, plus fries and a drink. And for dessert, you want to try the donut dippers. Any dessert like this, delicious donut holes, tossed in cinnamon sugar, served with a rich caramel sauce. That is an elite dessert to wash down.
Don't forget the Max Special, 2 sodas.
Yeah, the Max soda, just if you want 2 sodas to fart on an airplane. Find a Pardon My Cheesesteak near you and order yours now at pardonmycheesesteak.com and use the code PMC20 for 20% off your order. All right, we're eventually hopefully going to get KFC and Kareem on here at the end of the show. Talk about.
Don't say Kareem too loud; he'll run and hide.
Talk about their beef. Nothing really too crazy. We're in the dog days of August, but Rico, your Mets last night lost to the A's, 9-4. A's pitcher Austin Adams, who was on the Mets in spring training, mocked the Mets' OMG celebration after coming out of the bullpen to get the A's out of a jam. Edwin Diaz says he crossed the line. That's something when we do when we hit a homer. He can't get mad if we do something to him the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And the bigger story here is now the Mets are 2-5 since Frank threw out the first pitch at the Rockies. And I feel like I want to make sure I have this clear. Frank threw out the first pitch at a game where the Mets were playing the Rockies, and he wore a Rockies jersey.
Yes.
Why?
That's great. Like
his first pitches mean a lot to him.
But
well,
here's
why would
the
he wear the
thing.
jersey?
I think
Because they get it made beforehand. It's like it's a ceremonial type thing. But you can't do it against the Mets. We said it from the get-go.
Yeah, like I had no
do it
problem with
against the Mets.
Yankee fan
Him
Marty
wanting
wearing
to,
a
like,
Cubs
break
jersey,
the
who
world
cares?
record.
You know, like they weren't playing the Yankees.
Yeah.
They weren't were they playing the Phillies or something.
Him wanting to throw the first pitch at every stadium is a weird thing, but that's what he wants to do. You just can't do it against the Mets.
Is he here?
No.
That seems strange. I feel like Frank doesn't even. Can I just say this? Frank doesn't like the Mets.
He does hate the Mets.
All he does is bitch about the Mets. Switch your fucking team, Tank.
No,
It's
he does. I think he does
with the
care.
Nets.
He does care.
think
He
he-
just
yeah.
lets it out in a different way.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't. I thought
Sorry.
people were giving him shit for just wearing a Rockies jersey. It's like, all right, who cares? Like I think But when they're playing your team, I don't know. And I mean, people are calling it the Frank the Tank curse.
It's the Frank the Tank curse. So the thing with the guy last night, though, he acted like an asshole. He did like a look at me type thing. But if he gets released, he has an axe to grind, and he shoved it up her ass when it counted.
Yeah.
So the answer for the Mets is don't be offended, score more runs.
They come off
You
like
had
babies.
two guys on base, down 3. You needed to score a run there and get the game back in contention. They couldn't do it, and they got their asses kicked. So win games with the Mets.
And
We're in the
what
dog days of
exactly-
August. We're in a must-win game with the Oakland A's. That's what we're doing.
What exactly is the OMG celebration?
The guy
Jose Iglesias song, right?
song is "Oh My God," and they do the big OMG song and
Right.
celebrate and so.
But it's not. Yeah, that's crazy that the Mets got that.
Man, the guy did it he knew what he was doing.
Saying it got under their skin clearly.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. But we got to score more runs. That's what it comes down to.
I can't imagine my favorite team losing to a god-awful baseball team. I can't imagine that. Yankees owning the White Sox all week. Saturday Night Live movie biopic is being made about the early days of SNL. We got Dylan O'Brien as Dan Aykroyd, Lamorne Morris as Garrett.
I don't know any of
I don't know who that is.
Dylan O'Brien's from an episode of Curb, I believe.
Still don't know who that is.
Matt Wood is John Belushi.
Sure.
Lamorne Morris is from New Girl, right? Matt Wood, I don't know. Nicholas Braun, we know, is cousin Greg from Succession. He's playing both
Kaufman
Andy
and
Kaufman
Henson?
and Jim.
I could see him as.
That's
Kaufman.
interesting. Can I just say this? The trailer looks unbelievable. I am amazed that Hollywood continues to have people who look like other people to a T.
Yeah.
I'm amazed by that. You see the guy who looks like Belushi and Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah.
Or Chevy Chase? Belushi and Chevy Chase look identical to the guys that are being played by.
Really?
Identical.
I want to see what he looks like.
And the movie is going to focus on the 90 minutes leading up to the first broadcast of SNL.
Oh, I actually like that. I thought my initial. Oh, I mean that's uncanny. Is this guy going to be?
That's Chevy Chase.
Face down in a pile of blood.
He actually looks familiar. on his own.
I think if you're doing, I will say this.
I kind of don't like the setup of the movie though. It's only the 90 minutes leading up to the
I mean,
first.
I kind
love
of
that.
like that. I mean,
I
you
think that's
can't tell
great.
the story of SNL in a movie. Like, I think picking a specific
You're right.
thing-
You're right.
Yeah,
Picking
this
a
says movie
specific
will focus
thing.
on what happened behind the scenes in the 90 minutes leading up to the first broadcast of SNL.
Okay.
think
I
it's
mean,
on
is
the-
there like a
Alright.
crazy story to that?
I think it's just the chaos of getting it going.
Right.
I think SNL is back on the upswing a little. I wouldn't say they're great, but I will say they took so much shit for so long
Yeah.
that now it's starting. They're getting a little bit of a fuck you attitude, which is what they need, and they're starting to swing back up a little. My initial thought when I saw this was that if someone's making a movie about something that is still going on as if it's stopped, that's not a good
Right.
sign. But I think this could actually help draw more attention to SNL. They just need to hire comedians in order
Right.
to be funny again.
Right.
That's literally
And
all
they have
that
to
they
be, have to be a
do.
little bit more objective. Like, they
Yes.
can't just make fun of Trump every week.
Exactly. Here we go.
Real quick, I love SNL history. Check out Live in New York. It's a fantastic book. Read it.
I read the whole book actually.
Have you?
It's like 600 pages.
It's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
But there is a really cool story right before they go on. Like, it's a fascinating. Billy Crystal thought he was going to be on the show, and then went to the studio and found out he was. It's a crazy. The reading up to it was pretty wild.
Really?
So, like, this is a worthy story of telling.
I think so. I think the behind the scenes stuff, the first cast of SNL, is incredible. I'm so looking forward to this.
Are you eating peanut butter right now?
Mince, Altoids.
Mince, got it.
I had
All
a
right.
garlic bagel.
That's probably what I smell.
All right, thank you.
Why'd you just give you a little? I think that's great. I don't know.
Just,
I
don't
would
know,
watch
gar-
this.
Clemmer eating a garlic bait. I don't know, everything.
I'm eating a garlic bagel.
Yeah.
What's the food you would least like to see Clemmer eat?
Ugh.
You had to share a dish with Clemmer, and pasta's excluded.
Oysters.
Yeah, seeing him shuck down an oyster.
Oysters?
Hit him in a raw bar.
I'd kind of like to see him try to eat a turkey leg. That could be kind of funny.
I weigh more than.
But you got to go bite for bite with him. That's the thing. Or you got to like share a meal.
Oh, we're sharing the meal.
Yeah.
I don't
Probably
want to see him
spaghetti.
eat any.
Lady in the Trampet with
Yeah.
Clemmer?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see him eat like a long, thin sausage.
Clemmer's, the people don't know, Clemmer doesn't have teeth. Those are dentures.
No.
Yeah, he just sucks it down.
But there are a ton of movies where the cast looks identical to these people.
Yeah, there are.
I'm still fascinated by that.
Point Rico.
That's
Fascinated.
true.
I mean, I
What's
think,
another one?
makeup and like and technology
Agreed.
helps a
Give me
But the
another
guy
one.
like looks like him too.
They're gonna have Sydney Sweeney play Britney Spears in that new movie. Did you hear that?
That's not official, is it?
It's
Really?
they're like I think it's like unofficially official. I think she would be perfect to play her.
Yeah, I mean, I would watch her do literally anything.
Okay. There we go. You sounded like Dante the Don over here.
I mean, look, you know what saved SNL was Gillis and Sydney Sweeney back to back.
Yes.
They went back to back.
That's true.
Fucking Soto and Judge in the lineup. Zuckerberg built a statue of his wife. Posted
Freak.
a picture to Instagram of his wife standing next to a large statue that appears to be in their backyard. Post this caption: "Bring back the Roman tradition. Bringing back the Roman tradition of making sculptures of your wife." This is so fucking.
Yeah, Zuckerberg's
Looks like
a weird dude.
Like it looks like a Medusa like avatar. This Fulcan.
I mean, I guess.
Oh,
they're-
God.
Oh.
Dude, get
This
better
looks
at being
evil.
rich.
Yeah,
This is
Zuckerberg's
what
a
you're
weird
doing with
dude.
your money, you idiot.
But this is like Zuckerberg is now so rich. Like when they say, "What do you buy for somebody who's so rich they have everything?" I guess you make him a fucking Greek statue.
He did just, I will give him credit.
weird cat.
He just had his birthday and he like sneaky flew down to some Central American country where he had like this $300 million yacht that he built. He brought all his buddies on that.
sounds
That's a cool way to spend your money. This is not. Where does it even go?
How did he do it without her knowing?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that is a good. Well, they probably built it somewhere.
They built
else
it
and just
somewhere else and
off.
dropped it
They
off.
build it on site.
Yeah, they were building it on site. I feel.
She has to pretend like she likes this fucking thing too. I'd be like, give me 3
Yeah.
weeks of Mykonos, you rich fuck.
3 weeks. You know they own like half of Hawaii. I think it's Kauai.
Yeah, there's
one
some
of
there's
the
some
islands.
conspiracy there with the fires too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And all the locals on Hawaii are pissed because he's buying up all the land, but then
Yeah.
they all work for him, so they're all cashing his check. So it's like this double-edged sword. But
Right.
he owns like I think it's like
He just started buying
thousands of acres of one
in
of
Hawaii.
Oh, it's
didn't know
it's
that.
literally half of the island. And he has like a fortified, like he has a rock wall around it. There are like sensors in the ground so people walk on it. He's literally, here you go, top secret Hawaii compound. Sorry to change the subject.
Why did he
It's not
want to
this.
do this?
$100 million. No one knows.
Interesting.
He knows something we do. How many acres is it?
I mean, but a bunch of rich, like don't like Bill Gates, Oprah. I feel like a bunch of rich people have property in Hawaii, like in that area where there was like fires.
My friend's wife is from the North Shore of Hawaii, and her grandmother refused to sell the land, so she is sandwiched in between Oprah Winfrey and Jerry Springer, R.I.P.
That's pretty
And
sick.
she has more acreage than any of them, and she's just refused to sell it. So you literally go down this thing, Waimea Bay on the North Shore. You go down, and there's all these mansions, and then there's Mariah's grandmother's house, this little tiny shack sandwiched between. It's fucking great. I tell my buddy Dave, I'm like, once she goes, you got to cash that in. He's like, buddy, the wheels are in motion.
Breaking J.J. McCarthy out for the 2024 season.
Oh damn! Wow, that sucks for him. I mean, I feel like he wasn't going to start for. I feel like Darnold was going to.
Just sucks they wasted a pick too.
Yeah, I mean.
Darnold is a guy who's playing to resurrect his career though, so we'll see.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, U.S. Congress is investigating Peru's famous alien mummies. Peru's alien mummies, they went viral after they were presented in Mexico's Congress, are now going to be investigated by the U.S. government. Republican Tim Burchett, who is outspoken against the U.S. government's secrecy about UFOs, has vowed to assemble the most important people in the world to examine the mummified bodies.
Oh, great.
It's going to be done at the University of Tennessee. Yeah, that's always where you put you bring the most important people in the world, where they obtained $500,000 from the Department of Justice to better understand the skeletal remains and relic DNA. All right, I'm glad, something's getting done to investigate it, I guess.
I could not give less of a fuck about aliens, about outer space. These people who get jazzed up over what's going on in space, get the fuck out of here. Who cares? Obviously it's fake. They're not real aliens.
Is there a
They're
pic? Can you pull up a
fucking-
picture, Tom?
Oh, it's E.T. That's what
Oh,
it is.
I've seen this.
Also, $500,000. Meanwhile, how much are we spending in Ukraine?
More than
Right?
that.
There we go. Not to get political.
Yeah, those are weird looking things.
It's that ad.
That is a weird looking fucking alien looking thing.
But that almost looks just like a deformed human, to be honest. I mean, the head, I guess, is big.
I went to high school with a kid with a head like that.
Maybe that's him. Did he end up living in
Is
Peru?
that him?
Yeah, he moved down to Peru after senior
What was
year.
his name?
Kevin, I think.
Kevin what?
I don't remember the last name. He was a year younger.
He had a fucked up head.
Yeah, a real fucked up head.
Shaped like a light bulb.
It was, it was out to the back. It was like where it is here, and then it just extended back like 6 feet, and it came back in.
What a freak.
Yeah, I think America's at the point where like we want to see a real alien, like live and in the
Yeah.
flesh. Like even like UFOs, even people don't really give a fuck about anymore. They're like, yeah, all right, whatever. A little black dot going fast, maybe. Like I need an alien like on Jimmy Fallon. Like I need like an alien to come here, and he just like he's like chill. He's part of pop culture, and he's like,
I want an alien to kill a human. That's what I want. To,
I mean, that might have been done already.
That's the only thing that will get me interested is if there's some sort of attack. It doesn't even need to be like a big attack. I just want an alien to come down and like fuck with someone a little bit.
yeah.
They always show up dead. Who gives a fuck?
Or they're among us killing already. We don't
Right.
even know.
Probably. I mean, yeah, they are among us. They're coming down over from Mexico.
Yeah.
That'll have to be
Don't get us
cut.
started.
I apologize.
All right, why don't you call, we'll do this last topic, why don't you call KFC and Kareem over. But before we do that, last topic, Dr. Dre plans to qualify for the 2028 Olympics in archery during an interview with E.T. Oh, that's what E.T. is
No,
up to.
no, it's entertainment tonight.
No, it's a
There we
joke.
go, Tommy. He's still
Puerto
got it.
Rico bit. You don't like when they run on you, huh? It says he'll spend the next few years trying to qualify for the archery team. Says he's dead ass serious.
Oh, I'm dead ass.
up in
That's when you know he's serious.
He's not even capping.
dead ass
Practices at
serious.
90 feet. Found out Olympics only shoot at 70 feet. Thinks he's got a shot. So I mean,
He typically he does this?
I guess he did it in
That's
high
all.
school.
Yeah.
That's not even cap?
No.
Yeah, it might not be.
He's got a hobby.
That's Sigma's.
It might
Shooting
be
a bow and
it might
arrow
be
is a
straight
badass thing, bro.
Yeah, but it always bruises the.
Shooting a
I
bow
mean,
and
he's an
arrow.
LA guy, right?
Yes.
Dr. Dre's an LA guy. He
Yeah.
wants to get in there. So, what Olympic sport do you think he could qualify in the next 4 years?
Me?
Yeah,
Probably archery. Honestly.
Cornhole, if they ever went to cornhole, maybe.
You could breakdance as well as.
No, yeah. I could clap off beat. None of them, really.
Yeah, no, they're all very hard. I know when
think-
people are like, "Oh, I could do." It's like I think they're all.
Dave
so
could do
really
this. He was talking about that the other day, right? What
Archery?
Olympic sport he could do. I think he should just set it up on Nantucket. Archery. Just
Yeah.
get sick for 4 years.
Yeah, there's also a shot he shoots himself in the fucking arm.
Yeah, it's true.
I think if you have a really
don't love
steady
that.
hand, you could get good at shooting.
I think archery is I don't think I'd be good at archery no matter how much I practice.
Who is good at archery? Is it like a national thing somewhere? Native Americans are
Yeah.
good at archery?
Probably like Chris Kyle, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would have been a good
probably-
snipers, like, I think, like, people who shoot guns.
It's crazy.
I would light up archery.
All right, and that brings us to the after show. So this is a bit of a confusing beef. We have Kareem,
Can't really figure it out.
I don't know what the hell.
Kareem coming over. I'll try to explain this to the best of my
You explain
knowledge.
first, because I was never a part of the original stuff. So I've only heard Feidelberg. So how did it unfold for you?
Okay, this is my knowledge. So there's a troll account or a troll army account that Kareem found somehow. There was a story that account posted saying Alex Bennett owes us $2,000 for not paying up for our services or whatever. Kareem, I believe, DM'd this account and was like, what's the deal? What's going on with
Hey,
this?
lose my contact because I'm probably using them for shit. If I had to guess.
And he was like, Alex Bennett, was using us to jump views past PMT, past Cito, and to throw in hate for a KFC radio host. That is apparent. Kareem's not coming?
We'll walk over there. We'll walk over there. It's fine. Yeah.
And then whatever, it gets around the office, word of mouth. You find out about it. You're like, what the fuck? Alex and Jordan are hiring hate farms against me. Kareem's defense is now, well, I didn't tell him that. Writes, you guys go back and forth, blog, Twitter. I don't understand how it escalated to a rivalry between you and Kareem.
Well,
it's basically where
So
I get lost.
Real quick before you start, I don't understand why Kareem has such a dog in this race. Where you thought something happened that looked
he
like
told
it.
that he-
Right.
He had
The only
said,
person we heard it from. Yeah, I don't
and then
fully.
he got
quick.
really upset.
Clemmer is screaming at Kareem
Yeah, I
right
mean,
now.
Kareem's got to come up.
You have to go. If you wrote a blog, you stand by your words. Go talk to him.
The words are still in the blog. You can read it.
You don't
But
stand
you
on
can say
business?
them.
That is
You
standing
can't.
on
You
business.
can't
It's
do
on the
that.
blog.
So you don't
You
stand on
can't do
business.
that. That's chicken
I'm
shit.
faceless. I just told you I can't go on.
That's a bad
That's
look.
crazy
You're not
pussy.
gonna. You should go on.
You gotta go talk to him.
Yeah, you have to.
No.
Oh, that's crazy. Terrible.
We're in two whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Kareem,
But
come
this,
on.
no, I feel like this is kind of what Kareem
You
does.
talk to him?
No.
Oh,
No, because he's
do
always like
think-
in the shadows.
We should walk over there with his full scene camera.
wait,
I think
wait,
This is the confusing part to me, and I couldn't get a straight answer out of him. He said that, I was like, why would Kevin assume that you're making this up or that someone's lying? And he was like, well, I never told anybody. I was like, well, yeah, you told the entire office.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
So Flight's overheard a conversation?
So Kareem's claiming,
You should do a whiteboard.
I will.
Yeah.
Kareem is claiming that he told Kelly, John overheard him telling Kelly and told you, and you made the rest of it up. That's
So
what he said.
what I heard was from John. He called me that the office.
birthday, John,
there was-
by the way.
Happy birthday, John.
It was some office scuttlebutt. John is in the process of eating 36 eggs for his 36th birthday. If he finishes that, he's at 20 eggs on the day.
Can't even look.
He's got a bowl of 8 right now.
I actually think I don't think that's that bad.
He kind of was thinking that, and now that he's on about 16 right now, he's like, I'm starting to feel it. And if John's feeling it, I
Can
feel
he
like
use
would
it
be
in
a
other
wreck.
ways? Like if he ate a cake, can he? Because the egg.
No. Well, we're saying you can cook it however you want, but I don't think you can just put
I
it.
feel
in.
like I would do 12 eggs for breakfast, 12 for lunch, 12 for dinner.
All right, back to
Anyway.
So I heard the story.
With chicken cutlet.
None of it made any sense to me because I was the only guy who defended them, but everybody else was kind of like, we think it could be possible. When I came in to the office to do KFC Radio, I was ready to be like, fuck these girls. And at the last second, John was like, I think he characterized it as like the guys out there are saying, I don't know anymore. This sounds like this
They
guy's
started
full
to
of
think
bullshit.
like the guy was making it up.
Right.
Yeah,
So
the
then
guy
when I
always sounded fishy.
So then when I did the podcast, I was like, it's still a story that everyone in the office is talking about. So I was like, I'm not going to go blitz and all in, but I'm going to explain like the anatomy of this gossip and how it all came to be and say, and I mean, a million times on my episode, I had the caveat of like, it's probably not true. I know that there's a ton of people that hate me already. It's not like this is beyond the realm. Like, trust me, there's plenty of haters on the internet, but a lot of this shit lines up time-wise. And a lot of it makes sense that like their numbers were up and all that shit. So I was just like, this seems like the shoe might fit. And if that's the case, fuck that. Then the Billy football episode comes out.
Audio.
This is where the Kareem thing happens. I was talking about that in generalities. I would never give that guy a platform. I love Billy, love Audio Crack. That's right up my alley. I love that sort of conspiracy shit. Never in a million years would I let that guy get some shine. That guy should legit be in jail. Like what he does,
Like, not a good guy.
trash.
Yeah.
Like as I understand it, their website says like pick up like they won't sleep at night. Like we'll teach them a lesson. That should be like you're hiring an internet hitman. You should be fucking
Should
thrown.
never do that.
You should never be at the
Never have
head
an
of an army of trolls to send after people.
If you have an army, they should do it out of loyalty, not out of payment.
Yeah, that's true. At least
Yeah.
your sick world is out of loyalty.
Yeah.
Don't hire a hitman, though. I'll tell you that.
Don't hire a hitman. Then I'm watching that clip, and there's a clip of Billy and that dude, and it's 4 minutes of them talking like they're in the CIA. They're like, as you
There's
know,
things I can't say.
Yeah. Like, I may or may not have heard, I can neither confirm nor deny that this alleged person who may have been mentioned, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Let's just say it. Alex Bennett didn't hire a troll farm, she hired a hype farm, and Kareem lied about it. That was like the summary of the fucking video that these guys would not talk about. And that's when he DM'd me, and he's like, you and Billy Football are fucking idiot for giving this guy attention. And I was like, all right, psycho. I was just summarizing the video, and then he writes the blog being like, you're the dumbest person in America. It's like, this is a story. You troll Reddit for gossip and then tell people about the gossip, and then when I react to the gossip, like, you're stupid.
Why does he care?
Right.
I don't understand what is Kareem.
We need Kareem over here.
I mean,
Isn't that, I mean, that's, he's
What is
like
his
on
dog
Reddit.
in the race?
and-
What is his dog in the race? Unless he's a troll,
he's a troll. I mean, that's his dog.
Kareem
Right.
is the biggest troll on the fucking internet. Didn't Kareem get a Twitter following because he would take viral tweets and tweet them as his own? Yes. That's how he got it. He also accused me of buying clicks
right.
for a fucking blog.
Right.
I
He
can
was-
barely pry my wallet open for myself.
He was producing.
I'm
He was producing social for Pick Central for a while, and it was hell. Because you did anything wrong. No, just he would just kill you, and you didn't see it coming. He would kill you in certain ways.
He
You didn't see it
famously,
coming.
actually, now that I remember it, he famously had beef with like Blackjack Fletcher and LaDuca.
Here's the thing, I
over
don't-
like claim. They used to claim he would only tweet out their losses.
I mean, should you just walk over there with a stool scenes camera and just stand there and get an interview, and then we can pipe, and then honestly, and then we could just pipe that into the thing?
I guess.
yeah, we can't bring
let's
these
go walk
cameras
over.
up.
I didn't read everything he said, but it's just like, I think that's kind of his bag, right? He's always, it's like a lot of beef blogs, right?
yeah.
And so a lot of that is also in, I also this, when Feidelberg like asked originally about like confirmation, Kareem said, it's 50-50. We were like, green light. 50-50 in the gossip world. I'm like, that's enough that we're at least telling the story and explaining it with a little caveat. But it wasn't like it was, oh, no, we proved like this guy is just a total wacko or he's totally lying. It was like, it might be, it might not be. I think that's enough. Oh, and then by the way, that guy off camera, as soon as the interview ended, said all of it was true and that there was an attack on KFC.
Really?
Yes. And that there was an attack on KFC radio and it wasn't me and it wasn't John, it was Jackie.
What?
I got an idea.
Because
Nate.
she is the clips girl, and they didn't like that
yeah.
the girl, like a fellow girl,
Why don't you?
was going
why
after.
don't you tell Kareem you're going to take away his publishing powers unless he comes over here and defends?
I feel
the
like
thing.
it's like part of our job under contract of working here that he has to.
Didn't
be
Jackie
run
say?
down right now.
But why
Kevin,
don't you
didn't
just do
Jackie
that
say
and
she
he'll
wants to
be
get
here
more
in
street fights in 2024?
Jackie loves it. She's like me.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is very hiring
Not
a troll
surprising.
farm to
This
hate
is-
Jackie.
So this guy is basically just trying to drum up drama and get attention.
Get attention for his
None of it's
website. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
he's obviously a piece of shit scumbag. He's the worst person in this whole fucking.
Wait, Kareem or the
no,
troll guy?
the troll guy.
Oh.
Like this guy,
Troll man.
should legit as someone who gets like a ton of hate online and knows how much it can affect you. Like this is horrific to do to people
Yeah.
for like minimal. You can do it for like $150. Like I know he said Alex.
Not the Alex Bennett package.
Well, yeah, she was platinum.
Yeah.
This is a real service that you can buy.
100%.
That was when she was still
So
on the
basi-
payroll.
And like many, it's not just like
Classic.
many. There's many.
oh,
And then
That is a
and
horrible
actually
thing
to
to
go
do.
back to Jackie, she said she was talking to
Wait,
some
maybe,
dude recently.
let me put on my Dante the Don hat. What if Kareem works for the troll farm and now he's using this to drum up interest for his own company?
Yeah,
Hey,
for
if
the-
you were a good
I think
boss,
that's
you would
got
take
stock.
away his publishing.
I'm not
power
his
and make him go
boss.
here.
I
Yeah,
think
you're
that
the
troll
boss.
guy needed to go on and be like all that secretive shit because it's like if you're known as the troll for hire that then goes and talks
then
about
you
it.
out it, yeah.
But then as soon as it ended, he was like, by the way, this is all real.
But isn't there also
so it's like, you know.
But
that
is there a
which
chance
is-
that this guy's just like a
Of
fooling,
course.
like nut job?
He's
who's
a
like, look
fucking
what I've done.
psychopath.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He might be kicking his feet back now, just laughing at the
Exactly.
whole goddamn
Oh, he
thing.
definitely is.
But it's like,
Yeah.
but it's also like, okay, then at the very least, like whatever, it's just a storyline to be talked about. It's like, but I just can't imagine being like, I jump on the internet and be like, I will pay your debt for you if you give me more information about this, what's going on, talking about the whole thing, and then being like, it's fake, you idiots.
What would you?
I never would have talked about this or thought about this ever if it wasn't you bringing up the story.
What would
You
you?
didn't see
What
the
would you
post
say
on
if
Reddit
if
yourself.
Kareem was here, right now? What would you say? to
Yeah, if
him? What
Kareem
would
could
say to
hear you
Kareem?
if you talked a little loud.
I think that it looks like I think that Kareem did exactly what I said. He drummed it up, and then when it turns out to be 100% false, you look like an idiot. You have egg on your face, so
Right.
you would be spinning trying to spin out of this. This is his spin zone.
you have any
Like
hard
I'm dumb and Billy's dumb because it's like if there's anybody who got duped, it's originally you.
Right.
You're
They're
That's
making
the
this
way
story.
I saw
went hard
it
at you.
too.
Well, that's what he does, right? I mean,
No hard feelings.
no, it's not. It's hard feelings. I don't like the guy. It's like whatever. I mean, he's always just kind of in the corner. Like I never had anything to do with him, but now you're right. That it's like, all right, go.
So what? Are you gonna rap battle him back, or like what do you do
I was
here?
actually thinking about blogging back.
would-
Ooh, whoa.
Nate, I just felt Nate's boner.
I know.
Whoa. Like anything, like as soon as I saw it, I was like, all right, maybe I'll.
Hey, everybody says you won't.
Wouldn't come on.
But that's
He
troll
wouldn't
behavior.
come on the show
That's
or
troll
whatever.
behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
coming
that is,
on.
he's the ultimate. That's the ultimate troll.
Did you invite him on KFC Radio?
No, I guess I could have invited him, but I think he would have said no to that. And then by the time, I'm like going home for the day, I'm like, I'm not going to blog about this. I'm sorry, Nate. I'm just not going to do it. I don't need,
As your boss.
Kareem in my life. Like, I don't need this whole thing.
You are
As your boss. Oh, you're not Kareem's boss, but you're my boss. Scumbag.
You are rich. You don't have to.
I mean, I'm at the point where I think it's like a lot of it's probably untrue, and definitely parts of it are true because this type of shit doesn't just like come out of nowhere. I don't think this guy would post on another Reddit about it, and then it just happens to get scooped up by Barstool Reddit, and then it's like, oh, this was my master plan. But I don't know. Maybe that is master troll behavior. These guys have
Yeah, he just made this website like 3 weeks ago.
$35. What does that
Did
get
I
you?
buy this service? Like, it seems pretty cheap.
Impulse troll?
Well, and you know what I will say is funny is
Great for prank.
Alex said to me,
Yeah.
I never,
it's a non-bullying.
Wait, so
website.
how do
Prank
you
is you
talk to
troll someone
Alex?
into
And
killing
she
himself.
texted me.
Oh, she did?
She
Okay.
texted me and said, I never hired a troll farm.
Oh.
But I did say that's worded very carefully.
Yeah.
You didn't, maybe you hired the hype farm. You didn't hire the troll farm.
What'd she
But
say?
I don't know. I am very. Oh, I just said I sincerely hope you didn't, and that was it. I am very like. Part of me is like, there's no absolutely not, and then there's part of me that's like absolutely possible.
Yep.
Like it's a very weird story. Where
Why would she?
I wouldn't be surprised
do
either
that
way.
to you though.
Well, to Jack.
Yeah.
Kevin got her fired.
Apparently it's Jackie. I think that there could be some misplaced anger as far as I was the one organizing the OnlyFans pageant. They were supposed to be judges.
Oh,
that was the
that's
final
such
straw.
a far-
Or maybe she
far
sent it towards
reach, I
Glenny
think.
for that.
What's that?
She sent it towards Glenny.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That was the 9/11 OnlyFans pageant sponsored by Glenny Balls. but Dave, Dave was
Yeah,
the
it's
one who
coming
made
up
that
again.
decision.
We'll do it
But
again.
so maybe they could be mad about that. But I think it was more likely that if any of this did happen, I think it's more likely they were buying hype and to bump
Yeah.
themselves up. Which also, it's just the whole thing is very sad. Where it's like, oh, the entire internet is fake, and like all of this, like of course shit like this is going on. I was like naive to the idea of like,
Yeah, I mean, I do
whenever
think
you see-
they had a lot of. I think even without this, they had a lot of views just from hate.
Yeah,
Like just from people being like, dinosaurs are real, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And
but
Gaz.
but then Gaz was
yeah.
their champion. Gaz,
I
the
love
king
having
Kareem. Gaz was always pushing him. But I could see a scenario. It's like, of course there are people trying to. Like, I need to buy. It's not like you're buying followers because everyone can suss that out.
Right, yeah.
But it's like if you buy so that the first 100
Gaz.
comments are people being like, "You guys are fucking awesome. This is hilarious." Blah blah blah. Whatever. You can gain actual followers for that. And it's like, oh, okay. So hate can be fake. love can be fake. Like all of it's fucking. What are we doing here? Just wait for the meteor to hit and fucking call it a day.
Yeah,
you know?
none of this is real. That's
I can say this. None of this matters. That's what I can say. Unless you're one of these people who are like getting tortured, like if I can't sleep at night because that dickhead sent 500 trolls at.
But do you think? I think it might just be like this guy does everything. Like
Could be.
you think he has like 100? Like there's no he has like 100.
Is a staff? No.
Never. Couldn't be,
Oh,
right?
God.
I mean, Jackie said she was talking to a guy the other day. She was like, hanging out at a bar, and the guy was like, she was like, "What do you do?" And he said something like, "I'm an accountant and an internet troll."
No.
She was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, like I do this, and then on the side, I'm like an internet
professionally or
troll."
for
And
fun?
she said like all the girls in her crew were like, "What the fuck is that about?" But I guess
That guy was
I guess
Korean.
Yeah, or that was the guy
And then he said, "I work for Barstool
trolling
Sports."
Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So
All right, so Kareem's definitely not coming on. Otherwise, we're just gonna.
I mean, the mics. We can walk over there. We got
I
cameras.
would personally love that, but this
Where's
is
Lane?
This is your fight.
Take it. Go. Go.
No, I'm saying we
As
walk
your
over
boss.
the thing. You want to go talk to him?
The thing is, I don't want to have.
No, I think you said everything.
All right, that's fair.
It's like if you're too.
1 to
Howard
10.
on, then you're.
1 to 10. How much of an overreaction do you think his blog was?
I genuinely have not read
It was.
I just saw the
It was mean.
So I would ask him if he
It
read
was
my
always
text.
it was some digs.
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
I'm sure there was.
Stefan
a bunch
Diggs.
of
It made me feel like I was
like
I
Reddit
think-
material
honestly,
from low-hanging
Kevin,
fruit trolls.
Kevin, honestly-
like that's he's been a Reddit guy from the beginning. It's all low-hanging Reddit fruit. Type
All
shit,
you can
and
do if I'm you in this situation is just blog back at him. I think that's.
write a series of 10 blogs.
I think that's
every
really
day
your
for
only
2 weeks.
play. Yeah.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, well, that's the rundown.
JJ McCarthy out for the season.
Yeah, we covered it.
Said that.